The start of the Big Ten volleyball season is coming up on Friday, and we're here with one of the most accomplished Big Ten players in history, four-time first-team All-American middle blocker Dana Rettke from Wisconsin, who's coming back for her fifth and final season of collegiate volleyball. Dana, I'm so happy to chat again, and thank you for being here.
Yeah, thanks. I'm happy to be back.
You guys had your first scrimmage last Saturday, giving you your first taste of play since April. Your red team swept the white team, so congrats on that. But even more so, you guys finally got to celebrate and hang your 2020 Big Ten champion banner and 2020 Final Four banners with fans there. Can you take me back to that moment and what went through your head when you saw those banners go up?
Yeah, it was honestly like a huge rush of emotion. It really brought all of those feelings back to, last season and like just the great things that we were able to accomplish given the restrictions that we had. And while it wasn't, the most perfect season or probably not even, definitely not the most orthodox season, but it was really awesome to be able to get to stand with most of the team from that season and to watch that banner be raised and just to, have Molly back in the field house for one last time. That was so awesome. So yeah, definitely a lot of feelings, a lot of emotion. I really got choked up when we were doing our video with, recapping the whole entire year. So it was really awesome that we got to have that moment, especially with fans in the field house. It was incredible.
Thinking back to that NCAA tournament run that you touched on, I remember in Omaha how devastated you all were to have it get cut short of a championship. But I know that's also the goal this season and something you guys have been striving toward for a while to get that first championship for Wisconsin. Do you guys think back or talk about that Final Four run to use as motivation, or is the slate essentially wiped clean this year?
Yeah, I think there's a little bit of both. I think that run of ours is kind of a ghost in the gym as, motivation for this whole entire team. I don't really think there's much to reflect on from last season because we do have a new team. We do have, our same goals in mind, but it's a new year. We got to keep moving forward. So I think there's really a combination of both of those. There's definitely areas that we know that we can improve on from that game that we've been working on throughout this preseason. So, yeah, it still stings. It's something that we all still feel. So we're just ready to get this season going.
You told me one of the reasons that you came back was because you weren't done yet. You wanted to get that championship. What's different about this group this time around?
Yeah, it's a really special group, and it's kind of interesting because we have a group of, younger players and very senior players. So it's been really interesting to work together and to have that so much experience in this gym has been incredible. But this team is super motivated. I think that this is probably one of the most talented teams that we have had in our gym since I've been here. Everybody is fighting for a spot this year. It doesn't matter if you're an incoming freshman or your fifth-year senior. Like, we are pushing each other to get better. And I think that's going to be one of our greatest assets this season because we have so much talent. We can just keep getting better and better, and people are competing, and it's bringing out the best in everyone. So, yeah, this team is super special. It's been so fun to compete in the preseason with this team, and I just can't wait to finally roll out in a real match with this group this weekend.
You talked about how you have, really old seniors. You have a group of seniors with yourself, four-time All-American setter Sydney Hilly, All-American libero Lauren Barnes, two-time All-American Grace Loberg. Obviously, keep throwing out those All-American titles, an incredibly accomplished group. And you guys are known for your chemistry on the court, but even more so off the court. How do you think that off-the-court connection has translated in the gym?
So much. I think that the off-court connection really does build trust within each other, and it's not the only thing. Everyone doesn't have to be best friends in the whole world, but with this group, I really do think that we are all super, super close, and I think that really only elevates our trust and our, I guess, just passion for the game and for each other in the gym every day. And it's just crazy to think that I've been playing alongside Sid and Grace for the past 5 years. Like, it's been a long time. So we really know how each other work. We know how to talk to each other. We know how to communicate to each other. We know how to get each other going. We know what we all need in times like that. So really special that I've been able to be with this group for this long. So yeah, we're just really excited.
You talked about trust a little bit. Someone that you guys have trusted for so long in that program was Molly Haggerty, who was an integral part of your team that you graduated last year. Got to honor her last weekend, but she was a really big leader for you all on the court, especially off the court. You have a few people that could fill that role now. Who has stuck out to you so far this preseason?
Yeah, I mean, our outsides right now, the ones that are going, fighting for her spot have really been sticking out. Jade Demps, Yulia Orzo, just really going at it right now. And it's just inspiring to see that, a fifth-year senior leave and you have young kids ready to step right in and to take on that role. Molly is obviously a huge part of our team last year. Like, her presence is still in the gym, her competitive spirit, her love, her passion, it's all still there. But I think everyone that is now here in our gym realizes that there are big shoes to fill. And yeah, it's been really awesome to watch them compete. And I think they're going to bring out some really good stuff within the team this year for sure.
All right, Dana, you're headed into your last season of collegiate volleyball. You have the opportunity to become the first ever 5-time first-team All-American. I know your team has goals this year, but what are you personally trying to accomplish?
I think throughout last season, one of the things that I definitely have taken away is just not to take anything for granted. Not to take for granted having people sitting in the field house, to have our parents in the gym, to be able to compete with this team. I was really in a space a couple months ago where I didn't know if I was going to be able to compete with this team again, or choose to compete with the team again. And so I'm just so happy that I am here right now competing with this group and being able to play in front of fans and be able to play games, see each other's faces with masks on, and even just having the ability to taste and smell, like little things like that. Is just something that I've really been appreciative over the past couple of months, and that's something that I don't want to take for granted. Obviously, there's a bunch of skills that I'm working on. I want to be a better volleyball player. I need to be a better volleyball player. But I think right now, definitely looking for those personal connections, just those moments that I know that I will be playing volleyball for a while after Wisconsin, but this is my last run here, and I'm not taking that for granted. With either the experiences that I have here or the people that I'm around. So I'm excited to get that going for sure.
Well, you guys get it going this weekend. Looking ahead, you host TCU Friday, and then you see number 10 Baylor this Saturday. What's your team's focus headed into this first weekend of play?
Yeah, the first weekend of play is always kind of a interesting concept because you don't have a scouting report. It really is just like, all right, here we go. Let's see what we got. So looking at those two great teams, I think we really just have to focus on ourselves, be as clean as we possibly can, play good volleyball, compete. And I know that good things will come this way when we are all on our competitive edge and going after it. So first weekend is always a little different than the rest, but focusing on ourselves this weekend is going to be our key to success.
Worked out a little bit of rust last weekend, probably, see a little bit of that this weekend, but hopefully ease into it well. Dana Rettke, thank you so much for joining me today. I'm really, really pumped to watch you in your last season unfold, and good luck this weekend, and thank you again.
Yes, thank you.